You discussed the topic of dumpling. It's such a beautiful night. It is gorgeous. I didn't have Mad Greek. I'm just talking. I had Taco Tuesdays. I haven't had one in over a month. It was absolutely delicious. Beef empanadas. Hello. And this is a nice location. I might as well give him a little shout out. I wasn't aware that you could sit outside here. A couple of tables. And I believe you could sit up there too. I didn't know that. And it is a gorgeous. Look how still that water is. It is so beautiful. A boat just came in, a big boat, big party boat. It is just so beautiful. I love this kind of weather. People out at that house right there, they just went outside on that gorgeous deck on this beautiful night. When it's like this, you should want to live on the water. It's just so beautiful. And oh, where's that raccoon? I just saw a raccoon over here. Got to be a little careful. How to get out of it. So very nice. It's a great look. That's where I usually park, where the jet skis are. Look how beautiful that is. The stillness of the water. Gorgeous. All right, let's talk about dumpling. I joined in on a 2-hour and 15-minute Zoom call today, and I learned a lot more. It takes a while to set up your own business. So pretty, isn't it? It's gorgeous. What a night. I took notes. So I will be. Is this place halfway down? Gorgeous moon up there too. What a night. I mean, it's just so beautiful. Moment. Nautical mile. That's water. I like the way the women on the call. Not in the time. I missed the first 5 minutes. People from all over the country. They were 3 women that work for Dumpling. They I'm going to change my profile. I'm going to redo my banner ad tomorrow. In between working morning to early afternoon, and I'm going to go back out at night again to do deliveries. I have to. It's a choice. It's a choice. But I'm looking for lobby delivery instead of going to older buildings that are every building has an elevator. If I have to go down the block, I'll go down the block. I'm too close to the water. And when you're near the water, things go in and out a lot. Phone calls drop like that. It just happens. I'll go down the street here. This boat just came in. A lot of cars around. I also discussed, I learned more about adjustments. I have to get away from these people. A boat just came in. I'll try right here and see what happens. They're closing up the boat, so I'll go away. It would have been a nice view, but it just goes in and out a lot near the water. Avatar adjustments. I learned more about adjustments. there was a suggestion, and I thought this, and I'm happy someone said it, and it was one of the men, said, once you get to know your clients, customers, suggest if they don't mind sending you a tip via Zelle, because that's like receiving cash from a friend. That's very clever. Very clever. He goes, he has asked, and people have done it because they're using the phone number, your phone number, and they're sending you your tip through Zelle. That was smart. Very smart. Someone called in and praised the app, told them what a great service they have, how it's in-store prices, how he's sick and tired of third-party apps, charging more money for products when they have no right to do that, and all the extra fees. That was really nice. That was super sweet that man called in and said that. There were a lot of men on the call. I want to be more on a schedule. I just went out to do a few deliveries. I just broke 50. I didn't do much. And then I said, I'm in the mood for empanadas, beef empanadas from Taco Tuesdays, and I loved them. Late night dinner, but it was absolutely delicious. So that was really nice that the man called in and praised the app, and other people agreed. And it's a great opportunity to build your own business and not cheat the customer. I loved, there were different ages, women, men. It was a great Zoom meetup call. They gave suggestions about thank you stickers and the little things that they do, and how they give little gifts in the bag. One guy gives little big gifts in his bags. Stuff to think about. That's very smart. Little thank you card in the bag. That's really cool. You can easily whip something up from your printer if you didn't want to get cards made. I mean, that's something to a little something. Or a they were discussing like a magnet for your refrigerator, or a clip with your brand on it. Very good ideas. These people were in it. They already do a lot of deliveries. Um, I know I'm gonna like it because this past week I did 3 7-Eleven shop and pay with Uber, and I really enjoyed it a lot, and they paid more money. I didn't realize Dumpling offers a welcome 15 promo code to new customers if you gain a new customer for their first time, and they could add the promo code when it comes time to check out. That's really good to know. And if you want to create your own promo code, you can, and that's when the adjustments come into play, because you're giving them a discount on your own. But if you get a customer and it's their first time using the Dumpling app, there is a promo code, welcome 15, and they could put it into the field before they check out. That's good to know. Someone did ask, this very nice woman, I don't like to shop and deliver in certain areas. Is there going to be a way to add zip codes where you don't want to deliver, or add zip codes where you will deliver? And the 3 ladies that were working for Dumpling, representing Dumpling, running the Zoom conference meetup call. I guess they're called conference calls. It's only my second one, and it's Dumpling. They said they're working on it. And I thought that too. With Uber last night, I was in a different area. I said, I go into that store, they're not going to like that. And it's just a fact. It's part of life. I don't take it personal. I don't mind delivering food in the areas because it doesn't faze me. But if I walked into that sea town, it would have been a problem, because I did that once a while. Very good. And I was just there to do a quick gig. And I said, I don't belong there. It does happen. If that bothers anyone, I just don't care. It's a part of life, and it does happen. Then I also I'm going to open up. I discussed this with Lisa a few times. QuickBooks, and I said I was going to use it. I'm going to open up a QuickBooks account tomorrow too. Thank you, Lisa, because when I get a client, they send a 1099, but it's a 1099K. If you earn 20,000 or receive 200 payments, then they send you a 1099K. I want to start using QuickBooks for my very first client. And I want to learn how to use it. And I've been saying it. It's time for Michelle Caesar to learn how to use QuickBooks. And anything I buy for the business, use the QuickBooks to, you take a picture of the receipt and it stores it, and the artificial intelligence over time, it gets everything ready for tax time. And tax time. I spoke about tax time. And they were like, you don't want to get audited. You need an accountant. I said, well, who says I need an accountant? I said, I'm taking the time to learn how to do this. I enjoy it. I'm gaining a financial education. I do my own taxes myself for the past 2 years. I use TurboTax. And they were like, oh, well, you don't want to get audited. And I was like, I'm not living in fear, guys, not the second half of my life. I don't see why I can't learn how to run my business all myself. I just don't. I'm doing it the kind of service and creating the kind of business, and that includes my online world. Why can't I do that myself? Because I'm going to use QuickBooks for that too. So there is a lot more responsibility to start your own business using this app responsibility. This isn't a third party app. You do your own taxes, do your own, run the show. You got to do it all yourself. You got to learn. So they were a little taken back by that, but I was like, who says I can't? You don't need to be licensed to be a tax preparer. You just need the experience. And I can't imagine ever, if I was ever audited, I wouldn't be nervous. Like, everybody's so afraid. Like, they're just doing their job. I'm not a white collar thief, and I can't imagine why someone like me would ever be audited. I play by the books and the rules too much. There's no gray area. I'm black and white. You know, am I really that incapable that I can't do it myself using TurboTax and tax platform to look over my taxes? I think when I go into the IRS next week, they're going to say, this just didn't match. I think there was a typo, or maybe I just didn't check a box properly, or maybe the person who reviewed my taxes. I don't think it's anything major. I think they're going to say, this is the reason why we had to hold and review your tax return again, and why it's taking so long. I'm not worried. Why would I be worried? Enough with this, I guess, installing fear, and being afraid to do everything. And what's little old me have to be afraid of? Absolutely nothing. If anything, I'm going to gain more of a financial education, and I'm going to be more confident next year. And I like the fact that I'm learning exactly what I'm writing off, how much I earn, why this is a deductible, why does this come into play? I want to learn that. I don't mind doing it myself. So starting tomorrow, I'm going to open up a QuickBooks account. And I also, another thing they all just stared at me blankly. And it's only because I've witnessed Uber Eats, DoorDash, Grubhub do this. Right now I'm paying for the pro version because I plan on sticking it out for a very long time. And I just want to pay the flat $30 a month. And I don't want to worry about the $5 charge. Uber Eats, Grubhub, DoorDash, eventually They started promoting on YouTube. Then they started promoting on podcasts. Then they started promoting on television streaming. Then you started seeing them on um, mainstream television. I feel that's what's going to happen with Dumpling, because with the geolocation, you go in as a customer and you're going to find a shopper, you type in your zip code. And then a bunch of shoppers in the area, which are very few right now, because this is a very new opportunity and an app service that will increase chance of you being hired in your area, in your market. So you want to make sure that your profile is, the best it can be, and the best picture and the banner, and everything has to be filled out. That eventually that's going to come into play. And they didn't say anything. They just looked at me. And I was like, I don't think they like me saying that, but that's really true. She was like, well, don't rely on that. And I was like, well, that is a part of promoting yourself that comes with the service. Eventually, when Dumpling starts promoting and they get big and well known, you're going to go, now it's time to target that market. Let's take it to the next level. And then they're going to do exactly what Uber did, Grubhub, DoorDash, and they're going to market. They're going to promote on the radio. What do you think? They're not? Come on, eventually they will. Eventually, I believe they will. So I learned a lot. I'm going to stick it out. Um, I'm going to redo the work tomorrow and make it better. I'm going to create a new banner. I'm going to update my profile. And I learned about other free ways to market to see if I can gain some new customers. Someone did ask if they have a referral program, and they didn't answer her, which I thought was kind of odd. So I'm going to write to them and I'm going to ask them, is there a referral program? Because they wanted to know if they recruited any other shoppers, would they get compensated for it? And they didn't answer that question. Maybe they didn't know. But they should have said something to her. I was like, well, and I said, well, I don't want to push it, but I'll write it on my own and learn, you know? I love the call. I love that there were men my age doing this as a business. And they had some great pointers. That guy with the Zelle, because after you get to know them for a while, he was really nice. I wish I knew where he lived, but I did miss the first 5 minutes and I got in the nick of time. He was like, you can ask for tips via Zelle because that's like receiving cash. That's very smart. And the other guy with his thank you stickers and his gift ideas, I was like, wow. That's so they really have a passion for what they do and they enjoy it. It's going to be a service, I feel, in my market in huge demand, because Uber Eats, from my experience, and especially in the past week, all of a sudden it's really working in this market. I did 3 7-Elevens and they were seamless. Uber Eats, and they paid more money. And I said, the service is in demand. They're willing to pay the fees. People are willing to pay you to shop for them and drop off their goods. 7-Eleven's going to do, the 7-Elevens, we are saturated with them. So when I do 7-Eleven shop and pay for Uber, I really like it. And they're local drop-offs. I really like it a lot because there's so many 7-Elevens. Walgreens, I had one great one and then one bad one. So maybe they're branching out to the convenience stores too, but I would definitely be open to it because you earn more money. You do. And they tip pretty good. So the shop and deliver, this service will come in demand, become more in demand soon. Like it'll take a year or two, but that's exactly what's going to happen. I feel you're going to hear Dumpling promoting on the radio, on the TV, on the streaming television, on YouTube. They're just going to start promoting, just like all the other third-party apps. Experience. I witnessed it. So thank you, Rideshare Lisa. I'll let you know how that works with the QuickBooks. visit Rideshare Lisa. I wanted to share all that information. Have a great weekend, folks. If I happen to get all the work done tomorrow, I will do a very short video showing you my profile as a screen recording and show you the banner that I create. I already did the hard work. I just have to do it again and word it differently. And I like the apartment buildings. Curbside drop off, curbside drop off, lobby delivery. Let them come down for it. Oh, and one more thing. I was like, what about cases of water or big bags of dog food and stuff like that? They were like, well, if you can't carry a 50-pound bag, ask them in the chat if you can buy two 25-pound bags, if that's what it takes for you to get the products to them. She goes, because after a while, people will be like, yeah, of course you can do that. I learned a lot. I'm really happy I joined in. It was worth the time. I was like, oh, I know everything I need to know. I'm going to change a lot tomorrow. But the initial really hard work is over with. And now it's just a matter of consistent promoting. I told them how I promoted on Craigslist. I'm going to do that once a week. Hello. he startled me. I'm sorry. Once a week. And how I targeted LinkedIn. And someone else said this. If you can target doctors, surgeons, nurses, lawyers, people who are really, they live and breathe and they work their 60-hour weeks. Those are the kind of people you want to target because they don't like shopping. They don't have the time to shop. I'm going to try to figure out. That was a really great suggestion from one of the men. And I was like, wow, that guy's smart. That's really smart because you want to target, because I said, I want to promote my services on LinkedIn. That's my opening paragraph on my LinkedIn profile. And once a week, I post a banner, to give it a little shout out because there are professionals on LinkedIn and high profile professional people don't have the time to shop. They want to hire shoppers like us. We're the ones who are going to drop off their groceries. We're the ones who are going to shop for them. That was another very good. Like I said that about LinkedIn, and then he jumped in and said, target the people who don't have the time to shop and don't like to shop. They live and breathe their industry, and just that was just a handful of examples that he gave. I mean, you could be a construction person or a painter and just say, I want to wake up and do what I love doing. I don't want to go shopping. I want my goods delivered to me. So, and they talked about farmers markets too. If you pay cash, that's where adjustments come in because somebody discussed that farmer markets don't always take Visa, because you can't use the Dumpling card unless it takes a Visa credit card. It's got to take a Visa credit card at the register. Well, if you go to a farmer's market, you got to pay cash, you use your own cash, but then you adjust it, on there for the customer end to pay you. So you don't want to write that off at tax time. That's why I want to open up the QuickBooks tomorrow because I want to do it after I do every job. I want to just get used to using QuickBooks now. So I don't have to go back and relive the whole year. And, it's time to learn QuickBooks. It's time to use QuickBooks. And QuickBooks goes hand in hand with TurboTax. That was another great tip. I learned so much. I'm so happy. It was 2 hours and 20 minutes. And I sat there and I listened. And we talked and listened and talked and listened. And everybody brought something to the table. What great ideas. I liked the way it was all pretty much my age. A couple of young ones. The people who were running the show were a little bit younger than me. And one other woman. But the men and the other women were my age. It's a new career. And if with your life experience and you hang in there and you do due diligence and you set it up properly and they'll look over how you set yourself up to give you suggestions to help you gain, they say clients, I say customers, a customer base to get repeat business. Because then you're always going to have to reinvent yourself for new business because people's lives change. We discussed that. People can use you for 3 years and then life changes. They might need you anymore, or they might have moved, or whatever the reason is. Maybe they want to start shopping themselves. We discussed a lot on this on the Zoom conference meetup call. I learned a lot. So there's a lot to take into consideration. And I'm hoping that I still get shop and pay with Uber, because I like the shop and pay. You get more money, you earn more money, and it's, a little more interesting than just delivering. Pick up, delivery, pick up, delivery. It was so worth it today. I didn't plan on doing all of that today. At least I went out and earned a few bucks, and I ate a late dinner. Guys, I will upload a quick video tomorrow showing you my dumpling profile if I get it finished, and my bad. I have a busy weekend ahead and I work Sunday. Unless there's a real reason to go live and share something, there's no point in going live. Thank you for the thumbs up. I hope you found this video interesting, and I'll see you next time. There's a lot of opportunities out there. You just have to pick which ones you want to work, Okay, folks, I'll see you soon. Have a good one.